Mud Pie. People really love this character because she's kind of related to Pinkie Pie, but she's kind of the opposite. Just not a very crazy party animal like Pinkie Pie. I really like this episode because of how Mud Pie is introduced. Pinkie Pie's family is just more different than anyone else's family. I mean, she's crazy, but most of her family really isn't. In case if you don't know, in the Kuma Chronicles, she tried to cheer up her family by completely throwing a party, and she succeeded, and that's how she got her Kuma. And in this episode, we get to see her sisters. Mud Pie is just unbelievable in this episode. So much that you may think, oh, she's just more boring and she doesn't do anything. But then nearly at the end of the episode, she saves Pinkie Pie's life. Because of how Pinkie Pie's friends are completely reacting differently to Mud Pie, unlike Pinkie Pie is. And just so you know, I kind of relate to the ponies in this episode because they really don't know what to say to Mud Pie, since they really thought that she's gonna be like Pinkie Pie, but not crazy over the top. Anyway, let's get into the part when Mud Pie saves Pinkie Pie's life. Looks like she really isn't very slow at all. Very impressive. Oh my god, this is just unbelievable. Seriously, you do not mess with Mud Pie whatsoever, just by looking at this scene. And sometimes she has emotions for the most part revolving Pinkie Pie and her family. Seriously, if they completely acted the same way all the time, then we'll probably get less interesting. But with this scene, man, people really love Mud Pie. So much that in the Rainbow Rocks movie, she completely appeared when Sunset Shimmer and Princess Twilight are talking to each other. And she also appeared in Legend of Everfree, but it was in a blooper. I really got nothing else to say about that. Anyway, this episode is just brilliant. Especially that Twilight and the others apologizes to Mud Pie for how they acted. But Mud Pie is okay with it. Anyway, this episode was pretty great. I love Pinkie Pie's relationship with Mud Pie, especially that they're trying to get the other friends to get along with Mud Pie, but they didn't. And then at the end of the episode, it's just very amazing. It's just very hilarious, and a very sweet ending to this episode. Anyway, this episode gets an 8.5 out of 10. Now in the next episode, we're gonna see Mud Pie again, but with her family.